Fight about rematch clauses, rehydration clauses. Is there any of that in this fight?
Zero whatsoever. So if you think about it, both guys are going to be in great shape. Both guys are going to have no rehydration clause, no weight gain, this, that. It's going to be an even fight. It's going to be a continuation of their sixth fight they've had in the amateurs. So look, I watched both all six fights. Man, were they competitive. I mean, Devin Haney was coming in hard, and Ryan Garcia was holding his own. So it's an even rivalry, which I'm looking forward to.
You've been a part of a lot of promotions yourself as a promoter and fighter. Some are kind of boring, some are tumultuous. This has been kind of a tumultuous one all of a sudden. What do you make of all this pre-fight buildup?
Look, I think both fighters are wanting to get it up on each other's neck. That's it. They want to go at it. They want to fight now. They're ready. It's exciting, yeah. It is exciting to know that there's such huge interest. We started in New York, media capital of the world, and I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I seriously think this is way bigger than Tank versus
Do you think it breaks the pay-per-view of 1.2 million?
Yes, it does.
What would be a perfect number?
1.5? 1.5 would be great, but this is a start of maybe a trilogy. I think that's the way it's gonna go. Who knows? Maybe they fight 5-6 times like the amateurs. They really hate each other. They really have this animosity towards each other. And I tell Ryan, I tell Devin, you got to prove it in the ring. You're talking all this shit outside the ring. Prove it in the ring.
This is a promoter's dream, right? Working this kind of an event.
Yeah, I mean, look, we're used to working with big fighters and big events, and you know, this is obviously right up there. You know, my top 10. So I'm really looking forward to sitting down April 20th at the Barclays, watching ringside and watching a great fight.
Oscar, you've been on fire so far. You started with Virgil's fight, then you have this fight, and before that, Zuro, Mark Diaz, Zepeda. Tell me about all the schedule.
Yeah, we're bringing Virgil back, and no, we're back. We're back. I'm on a serious mission. And look, I've been in this business for 22 years now. When I'm serious, things happen. So I'm glad I'm back. Let's put it that way. I think that the whole boxing world and you know everyone that loves the game is gonna love the fact that we're gonna put the best against the best. That's all I want to do. I mean, I want to see Virgil Ortiz fight Terrence Crawford. I want to see Tim Tszyu come back over here and unify with you know whoever. I want to see the best versus the best, and this year is the best versus the best. He's waiting for his opportunity, man. He's waiting for his opportunity. Look, we're dealing with people, and his next fight will be announced soon. But I truly feel the way I preached, I don't know, a couple years ago, Canelo Munguia, an all Mexican showdown. Hopefully we'll see it soon.
What's stopping this fight from happening next?
Look, Canelo holds all the cards. That's all I have to say. Is Canelo holds all the cards, and like you guys, I want to see Benavidez Canelo. Yeah, it's great, but I also want to see Canelo Munguia because it'll be a hell of a fight. It's a great action-packed fight. So any of those, we'll all be happy.
What did Ryan and Haney talk about in the face-off? They're in the mix right now. Nonsense.
Yeah, they're all just trying to get into each other's head, you know.
Does it work?
Just talking shit, this, that. Does it work? At that moment it does because you get heated up, but then you go back to your camp, you work on what you work on, you spar, you train, and you get ready physically, mentally. So all this trash talk really doesn't matter. It's how you focus once you step inside that ring.
Let's see you and Ryan at dinner. Tell me about that. Moving forward, you guys have your relationship together.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a start, right? So, look, one thing about me is that all I want to do is make the best fights. That's it. That's the bottom line. That's why you're seeing me with Bob Arum, with Eddie Hearn. You're seeing me with Samson Leifowitz. You're seeing me with everybody except Al Haney. He's nowhere to be found. But I would love to talk to him as well. So what I want to do is make sure that we all come together, because it starts with the promoters. We have the fighters. Let's fight each other. Let's make a round robin and figure out how we continue to grow the sport.
It appears Canelo's a free agent again. What is your message to him as far as working together once more?
I would seriously. First of all, I have no apology, because I have no idea what I did to him to end the relationship. But as a man myself, I would say, hey, I'm in your corner 1,000%. I love what you're doing, fighting the very best. That's my mantra there. Fighting the very best, and go after the best tough fighters. You've been doing it for a long time. Whoever you choose, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, all the power to you. But if we ever have to work together, I'm respectful. I respect your career. All I want to do is make the best fights happen for the people, for the crowd, for the fans. That's what it's all about. Making those fights for the fans.
Did the New York media take you by surprise, and the attention the feedback that you got, given that Ryan hadn't had a major fight in New York?
What Ryan doesn't know is that his numbers are bigger in New York than they are in LA. And the reason why this fight is in New York is because you become a coast-to-coast champion. You become a world global star. So there's behind the thought, there's a madness, that I think of, and I take a look at the history of the sport and who fought in New York, who made it, who's the biggest, So imagine the winner fighting this fight and winning becomes a global star. That's the bottom line. So that's the thought behind it.
Thank you.
Was that?
We're gonna switch. You're gonna go down.
I've been trying to fight all these guys.
What should have fight than Tank Garcia? Want me to say that for during negotiations, were the tensions just high?
I say that because our first press conference in New York, it was huge. It was way bigger than Tank. There was more media. There were way more fans in the same arena where we held it, and the feedback I got from the press conference was incredible on a global scale. So I always thought that the history that these three fighters have, or the history they have with 3 fights Haney, 3 fights Ryan, I think that's gonna flame. It's gonna flame everything. It's gonna become huge April 20th. So I have a feeling it's going to be way bigger numbers than Tank versus Ryan.
So where should the winner of this fight be placed on the pound?
It all depends. It all depends, because I don't think Ryan's on the pound for pound list. I don't know if Haney is. I gotta check out the list. Depending on what list you see, I go with the Ring magazine list. So. I think if Haney wins, yeah, he should be up there. I think Ryan, if he wins, it does elevate his status, possibly to maybe top 15, So it all depends who wins, but I definitely could see Haney winning and going top 10 on the pound for pound, and Ryan, because he doesn't have the names under his belt like Haney, So it all depends who wins.
Between Haney and Davis, who has the most difficult style to beat?
I think Ryan has the difficult style to beat.
Between Haney and Tank Davis, between Haney and Tank Davis, who has the most difficult style to beat?
That's hard to say, because they're both different styles. I think Tank Davis was a very aggressive fighter, but very beautiful boxer, and knows how to calculate, his punches. Devin, one thing about Ryan is that if he doesn't respect your power, he's going to walk right through you. I'm not sure how strong Devin Haney is, so we'll have to wait and see. That first round is going to be very telling.